Hello, I'm in the kingdom of God. Now, the kingdom of God isn't this place over there. It isn't that place. Albeit it is a very beautiful little church. The kingdom of God isn't there, and it isn't here. This isn't the garden of God. This isn't the Garden of Eden. It would be close to the Garden of Eden if there wasn't that leaf blower, the scourge of modern society. I waited for it to abate for 10 minutes, but it hasn't ceased. And so it looks like it's going to persist. Now, I'm in the kingdom of God, and I'm reading about the Son of God, or the manifestation of God, or the way of God, whatever people want to interpret this stuff as. And this book is another Paramahansa Yogananda book, and he was an Indian guru, and he studied the Bible from an Eastern perspective, and he maintained that Jesus spent many years in India learning from the yogis, and that's why an enormous amount of Jesus' teaching is in actual fact Eastern philosophy. Now, what Yogananda Paramahansa says is the kingdom of God is your pure, unadulterated consciousness. And how to get into the kingdom of God is via prolonged meditation, stilling the body and stilling the mind, and setting aside the ego, because the ego is the root of all evil, because it conjures and it creates problems, and it develops projections, and it does all that stuff which it has to do, because the ego is the operating system of the human experience. Without the ego, we couldn't have a human experience. But we're here having this illusory human experience created via the ego for unfathomable reasons. But some people, like Paramahansa Yogananda, speculate that it's a facility to enabling the human beings to reclaim their origin, to see if they can get back home, to see if in all the trappings of this illusory material world we can find our way back inside ourselves, inside our eternal spirit, instead of being all wrapped up and beguiled by the ego. So, is it some sort of a game that we're playing here? Of course, there's a great deal of speculation. People can speculate forever what this thing is about. But what Paramahansa Yogananda says is that if we meditate for years, people, just take years. It takes years to do anything. I'm learning to sing. It's taken me years. I am learning to play the guitar more proficiently. It's taken me years. Everything takes years. And so if we're going to get inside the kingdom of God, like I reside in the kingdom of God much of the time, then that's because I've been meditating for 16 years every day. And it's not just 5 minutes, 10 minutes. It averages about an hour. And for many years I used to meditate for 5 hours a day. And so I've learned how to enter that space. And when you know how to set the ego aside, you know that it isn't you. You know that it's just the operating center. It's just a tool for a part of human existence. But once we take mastery over the ego and we realize that we are pure cosmic God consciousness spirit, then we perceive the world and we live very differently. So I've been reading these books for 16 years, and one would have thought that I would have got bored with that by now. But I don't. And I ask myself, why am I not getting bored with this stuff when I proclaim that I don't believe in Jesus being the Son of God? I don't believe in God. I don't believe in Yahweh. I don't believe in Allah. I don't believe in Jehovah. I don't believe in Ganesh. I don't believe in any of these Eastern gods that there's myriads of. I don't believe in Krishna. I don't believe in those as entities. I have a level of inner standing and acceptance about them as being ideas, just like everything else. We have an idea of a rocket landing on Mars. Do we know anything about that? Of course not. It's just an idea, isn't it? And if ever a rocket leaves for Mars and we see it on the television and it's leaving Earth's atmosphere and we go, that's going to Mars, and then maybe one day we'll get some film footage from that module on Mars and we'll go, oh, that rocket's on Mars. What do we know about rockets on Mars? What do we know about Mars? What do we know about any of these things? They're just ideas, people. And so God in the sky, in the clouds, is just an idea, and it's equally as valid as a rocket or a lunar module or a module on Mars. It is equally as feasible, because consciously we don't know. We don't know the veracity of these things. It's vastly over and above us. We just receive information from other people and pictures and film footage, but we know people fabricate all this stuff. We're very aware of that, because Stanley Kubrick, he was commissioned to create the fiction movies and pictures of the moon landing, and this was discovered and then it was confessed that, well, it wasn't that we wanted to deceive the people, it was just in case something went wrong with our filming mechanism due to the radiation and everything like that. We wanted to show the people some sort of an idea of what it was. But goodness me, these lunar module landings were filmed in some obscure desert in America, and so how could NASA say, well, we were just doing it just in case that the film footage didn't work? It's kind of like if you say you're going to get married, but you take all different sorts of photos of a woman in a wedding dress and you in a suit and all different sorts of people which are supposed to be family members and friends, which are not. And then when somebody finds that you've done that, they say to you, why have you done that? Oh, well, just in case the wedding photos don't turn out. Well, you'd go, that's really, really weird. Hello, little friend. So I've got one of my beautiful little squirrels coming down here, and he or she has been a dozen times Um, let me see if I can show you her. Here, my little sweet pea. You got another one now. Go and bury that then. Where are you going to go and bury that one? Not just there. Listen, you got to go a little bit further, otherwise you'll be back too soon, won't you? You little sausage. He used to go and bury them all the way over there. He used to be gone 5 minutes. Now, he buries them all just down there. Can you see that? Can you see what he's doing? Yeah. You want another one? Hey. Look how gentle. Look how super gentle and sweet. Go and bury it further, for goodness sakes. Sometimes he eats them, sometimes he just buries them. Oh, so he's gone up on the tombstone now. I think maybe. Sometimes they go to these higher vantage points just to eat and to keep surveillance, just in case another squirrel's coming. So, you know, I ask you guys, do you read this sort of stuff incessantly? Do you read like I read incessantly? Do you meditate and read and inquire like I do incessantly? Who of you does it? Or are you just tuning in because probably you don't think there's anything better to do? Why are you tuning in? If you don't read all this stuff, what are you tuning into my videos for? Is it because you think that, well, you'll let me do all the hard work and then just tell you, you know, what the nuts and bolts of it are? Is that what you're looking for? And are you thinking that you're going to be as wise as I am, having done that? Do you think that you're going to be enlightened, having done that? Or do you think that if you're going to be enlightened, like it says in this book, you have to do the meditation? Because he said, all these people that pretend to believe in God and Jesus, and they go to church and they read a few lines in the Bible and they do the prayers, and that's where it ends. But they don't know God. God is within. The notion of God is within. It's the spirit. It's the spirit. It's what we are. That's God. And if we're going to know that spirit, then we have to look within. We have to go in meditation, in deep contemplation. And we have to learn lots of stuff of how to get in, how to navigate, how to negotiate, and what to expect when we go in there, and all that different sorts of stuff. So this is what I've done for all these years. And it doesn't look like I'm going to be stopping any day soon. And so I've got a lot of questions to ask myself, because I've had lots of experiences. Now, this book doesn't speak about having supernatural experiences. It doesn't speak about having Jesus and Yahweh speak to you. It doesn't speak about having encounters with the devil. It doesn't speak about having visitations from angels. This book just says that you can know God via your intuition, via meditation. And Paramahansa Yogananda means super blessed one, spirit of God and all this stuff. And yet I haven't heard him speak about any of his experiences like that. But I've wrote about them copiously. And I have yet to meet somebody who's had these very, very profound spiritual experiences like I have. Lots of people, they speak about near-death experience, and they speak about seeing entities and all this different sort of stuff. But I haven't come upon anyone which has spoken about these very, very profound supernatural, spiritual, religious type experiences. And in relatively quick succession of one another. For instance, the Yahweh and the Jesus and the devil and the angels, they all came about within, let's say, about a 6 or 8 year period. The first one was the angels, 2 angels. And then I think I maybe had to wait 6 years before I had the Yahweh one, and then another 6 months after that before I had the Jesus one, and then a year after that before I had the Satan one. And so I guess I'm about due another one soon enough. Come on then. You'll get fat. You will. It's such a joy because this little one knows me from over the garden wall, the church wall. And he comes to me, and sometimes this little guy, he takes nuts out of my hand. And so all the squirrels around here, they know me, and they're not afraid of me. Anything like when I'm walking in other realms, squirrels, they bolt in an instant. They won't come near you. All these squirrels are all around, taking nuts out of my hand and just standing on the back legs, waiting for me to give them something. So that's very, very pleasant when you can have a relationship like that with animals. So there's something that's propelling me. There's something that's guiding me. There's something that's shown me all this stuff when I am not a believer. I'm not a Christian. I'm not a believer in Yahweh or Jehovah. I'm not a believer in anything. I don't believe. I do what it says in this book. You discover what is true via your intuition, via meditation. The stilling of the mind and the body for thousands and thousands of hours. And within those thousands of hours you have a dozen, I've had a dozen very powerful experiences. So can you imagine over 16 years only having a dozen of these experiences? They're very, very far and few between, so you have to be absolutely dedicated. You have to be in the ballpark, people, if you're going to play the game. And so I'm here, I'm playing the game, and I have entered into another state of consciousness. And in this book it speaks about the vast majority of people that don't want to know. They don't want to enter into this state of God consciousness. They're too busy and they're too satiated with the matrixial egoic world, with all of the trinkets and the offerings that they've got, and all of the sex and the foods and all the rest of it. They're perfectly happy. So I ask you guys, I'm always asking you, aren't I? What do you do? What do you think? What do you read? What experiences have you had? Some of you tell me about your experiences. Right then, I've got one more for you, and then you're gonna have to go home. You are. And it looks like a she. You can kind of discern whether the male or female, a bit like you can with dogs. And so that one there is the same age as Providence's babies. They're a year old now. Same size and everything. So yeah, what are you guys doing? What are you watching me? What are you hoping to get? What do you think you get? It's bewildering because very, very few of you put anything down which give me any insight into what journey you're on. The vast majority of you, it appears that you are beginners. and you don't know what to say. You don't know what to think. You just tune into my videos. They've come up in your feed, and I don't know. What do you do? You think something's interesting or what? What is it, people? You know, put a few lines down. Let me know why you watch. But one thing's for sure, for those of you that are consistent watchers, viewers of mine, you're very unique. Very unique in the things you watch, and you would think the things you think about. If you are sitting through these sort of videos, then you're very different than the vast majority of the rest of the populace. Because people need fast, flashy, flicky. They need constant stimulation, and they need buzzwords, and they need to be given whatever they're looking for in short sentences, and they need to take that and take that and take that. And if they can't take those things like you know, Twitter feeds, then they get bored very quickly, and they'll be gone. So for those of you that actually sit through my monologues, and many of them are an hour long, well, there's something about you. You're on the path, aren't you? And so you're tuning in to my vibration. Well, okay, one more now. One more. She's about 20 now. But I'm an easy touch, aren't I? It's because I just like your pretty face. And I just love it that you come to me. Yeah. So, people, there's something, I found something. And, you know, I was never religious, and I never said a prayer in my life and all this sort of stuff. And then I had angels come to me, and Yahweh talk to me, and Jesus show me unconditional love, and all these absolutely incredible things. Really incredible. And then DMT showed me God in the sky, and I've never heard of anybody else talking about this stuff. Why me? Why did I see God in the clouds on numerous occasions? And so that's what, it's not really I want to know. It's just what I do. It's just what the cosmos is doing, moving through me. That's what it's been doing all my life. It's been moving through me and taking me on a journey and showing me something. That's what's been happening. I can't attribute anything myself. I can't say that I'm doing any of this stuff of my own volition, because it's not like that. I just do it. It just happens, and I'm not thinking about it. And I'll just buy another book and another book and another book and another book, and I'll watch another video and another video, and you know, that's how it is, people. And so I wonder where it's going, you know. I wonder where it's going. I wonder if the cosmos has a job for me. Or is this it? Is this my destiny? To sit in, you know, beautiful, tranquil places, contemplating and reading and absorbing and meditating and making videos. Is that it? Is that what the cosmos had in mind for me? To give me all these incredible experiences just for this? Maybe me speaking to you guys has got nothing to do with why I'm being given this. Maybe that's just a sideline. That's just something that I'm doing as a human being, have a human experience. Well, I may as well. I've got the time. And it seems I'm very articulate, and I can remember things, and I can express myself and all that. So I've got all that stuff. So it's just another natural thing. I don't have to work hard. I don't have to work at it at all. It's not like my singing and my guitar playing. I really have to work at that. Really. But this, I don't have to work at it. It's a gift. So I ask, why me? Why me? And albeit I've been spoken to by these entities, I can't have an allegiance with that they are real entities. They're ideas, they're egregores, they're energy forms. They've been created through thousands of years. And they will manifest in certain belief systems. Belief is a very powerful thing. If you really, really believe, then you will make these things manifest. But I'm not believing. I'm not, oh, I believe in you. No, I don't believe. Believe is just saying, I hope. I hope that you're there. I've got no idea what you like, who you are, this and the other, but I hope. No, I'm not doing that. I'm not hoping, I'm not believing. I'm just existing here, doing my thing, and if something shows up, all right. And things have shown up. And because they've shown up, then I'm reading about them. And I'm just being guided and drawn towards something. But what I'm always saying to you, I don't mind. Not got an issue about that. Because I'm gifted. I'm given all I need to satiate myself and to give me a blessed existence. I'm given all that to do this. To keep reading, to keep thinking, to keep meditating, to keep taking the antigens. Are you driven like this? What can you tell me? Can you tell me anything? Can you express yourselves? What moves you? Where do you think you're going? Do you believe? Have you had supernatural experiences? Do you think for some reason you're chosen? Many people have told me I've been chosen because many people that have believed in God and Jesus for many years have never had what I've had. They absolutely believed me when I was speaking to them about what I said, my stories and that. Some of these people, the intelligent ones, you know. I met quite a lot of Christians who were intelligent in lots of respects. Goodness me. You're such a beauty. And you know my little girl, don't you? You know Providence. Yeah. Okay, people, so it's 25 to 6. I'm going to go and eat my lamb chops, my pork chops. So, lamb chops and pork chops. Still continuing on this, like, keto diet. I'm kind of in a pattern with it now. And I honestly don't feel like eating mashed potatoes and gravy and all those sort of things. I just feel like eating meat and mostly raw vegetables with some spice on. And that's kind of like Atkins' diet. So, yeah, I'm feeling very, very good. And I'm looking forward to more results. So let's just have a little look at this little guy again, shall we? How near you coming? Hey? How near you coming? Little dude? You ready to take one out of my hand? Hey? No. Maybe it's my talking that's making you afraid. Come here then. There you go. Down there. Now bugger off. Alright guys, catch you later.